Do you want to go on an adventure? So I bet you're wondering what's inside the box. So what I got here is actually an adventure from Boulder Spirits. So inside this box is a tasting kit for two. Now it has a couple nice glasses to it, but more importantly, it has the adventure kit from Boulder Spirits. So that's kind of the adventure I'm talking about. So let's go upstairs. I'm going to check it out and we'll go through it. Inside their adventure kit here, Boulder Spirits gives us a map of all their processes and how they make their whiskey. It also serves as a placemat for all the bottles, starting with their bourbon whiskey going through their various single malts. And that way you can have it all set up and laid out according to all the different expressions they have, all 6 from Boulder Spirits. So let's take a look and see what we have. Now this does come with a QR code. You can scan. It pulls up a video, a great little video that has Ryan and Alistair talking about their whiskey, which is really great, but I'm not going to do for this point because I don't want to go into this with any preconceived notions. I would rather get these fresh as they are. So starting with their basic straight bourbon whiskey, give that a try and see how that is. Now with their bourbon, they have it as a mash bill on that. It's 51% corn, 44% malted barley, and just 5% rye. So it's really a high barley bourbon, so it makes it kind of unique. That smells really good. That's a unique bourbon. Not unique in a bad way. It's very, very delicious, but it is uncommon. It's very smooth. It's kind of got that caramel vanilla there, and the barley comes out a lot because of the high barley in it. It really comes out. It's good. It's good basic bourbon. Progressing through their expressions, they're bottled in bond. So the same bourbon, but just 100 proof, same season, at least 4 years old, so all the same requirements. I believe their regular bourbon is just 3 years old, so this is a little bit older. So overall, they really have a good color too. You can really kind of see that. The bottle and bond is really, you can smell, it has a little bit more of that tannic, the barrel characteristic is really kind of coming out a little bit more. It smells a little darker, it smells a little bit more woody. That's good. I like that better as the bottled and bond. That's the taste on that. It's a little bit more complex. I'm not sure what the bourbon is proof wise. So the proof on the regular bourbon is just 42%, so 84 proof. But I think really the higher proof, you get a lot more of those characteristics at 100 proof. That's good. That's good. Now, one thing I'll hand it to them, they're kind of thinking outside the box a little bit. Their final expression with the Adventure Kit is their bourbon, but finished in a sherry cask. Now, not everybody does that. That's very much a Scotch thing to do, but I'll see how that does. It looks like it comes in at a 40% ABV, 47% ABV, pardon me. Really get that around there. The smell is a little different. I don't have a huge sample on this one, but kind of get that sherry funk a little bit. Definitely has an impact though. That's good. It's a little sweeter. It brings up kind of a little bit more fruity notes. Now, not everybody's in a sherry finish, but it's really good. Now I'm going to take the time, since I'm switching from their bourbons over to their single malt, I'm going to go ahead and give this a little rinse first. We'll make this easy. Got another glass. So, now they're American single malt. They're one of the distilleries that is really going right along with the push to make American single malt its own category here in the US. Currently, the only category is malt whiskey, which has to be over 51%, just like bourbon. Only over 51% malted barley, just like bourbon is with corn. But they're really pushing to make it 100% malted barley and all the same requirements that Scotch goes through. So a lot of other countries follow those same requirements. So, but their American single malt is 100% malted barley. I'm kind of looking forward to trying this one just because I started with Scotch, and that was my first whiskey that I really got into. Now, American single malt, unlike Scotch, uses new oak a lot of times. There are some companies using used barrels. There's no specific requirement yet, but a lot of companies use new oak, just like with bourbon. It has to be new oak. That's nice. That's very sweet. You get a lot more of those like vanillas sweetness. There's a little bit of fruity net behind it. Kind of a honey. It's nice. Let's try it. It's very, very smooth, very easy. That sweetness. There's kind of a fruity sweetness to it. Doubles down on that honey. A little vanilla. That was the great part with tasting notes. Everybody's different. Try them for yourself. You might find something I haven't. No. Now that single malt comes in at 46% ABV, so that's 92 proof. Now they do something also a little bit different. They go for the bottled and bond again. So American single malt, bottled and bond. I don't know of a whole lot of places that do that, but they follow the same requirements. It has to be 4 years old, at 1 season, same distiller. So I'm interested to try this one. Also coming in at 50% ABV, so 100 proof. Okay. Denser flavors, denser. The smells on that are more dense. That's more nice. Kind of that sweetness, that honey has kind of gone back a little bit, gone a bit more fruity. Still very vanilla. That's very, very light, very sweet. Oh, that's nice. That's kind of goes a little bit more. I think peaches. The thing that popped in my mind is peaches, but like vanilla, peaches, honey. It's very sweet, very light. The 100 proof, you can feel it. It's not overbearing at all. So it's great. It's perfect. All right. So last one. They're American single malt peated. Now, for those of you who don't know, style in Scotland, some smoky scotches have peated. What that means is they use peat to smoke the grain, and that provides a smoky flavor. Not all the time, but it's always a little bit different. So I'm really interested to taste this one. Now, I've had this one before, once before with a couple friends at a local bar, but you know, I get to revisit that, so that's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, that's nice. So now, peat, it all depends on where it comes from. This peat is it's not very smoky. It's kind of more earthy. Kind of a musty, but not the word, but it's earthy. It's kind of that, kind of a forced for kind of a smell to it. Now that vanilla is behind there, and a little bit of that sweetness is still back there. But it changes it up completely. Oh, it's delicious. It's good balance. It's good balance of the peatiness, of the sweetness, of the vanillas. It's kind of all in balance. It's all playing very well with each other. Now, some of you know there are high peated scotches out there. They're very smoky. And there's a lot of single malts here in America that are very smoky and will blow your doors off. This, everybody's playing well together. It's very well balanced. That's very delicious, huh? I like it. As you can tell, definitely a fan of this one. But that's one thing I really love. Now now thank you for coming with me on this. This definitely was an adventure. Overall, as I view it, when you have the opportunity to review 6 different whiskeys, all from the same distillery in one pack, that itself is an enormous value. You're not buying 6 different bottles to just try and make sure you can taste everything. Worrying, is this the right one? Do I like this? I love this. This, if I were just an average drinker, I would sit there and think, you know what, this really helps me determine which bottle I want to go out and find. But I really love all of them. They really do a good job over there at Boulder Spirits. So kudos to them, and I think this is a great get if you can find it. They're up there in Boulder, but I think you can find these kind of things over in the Denver area. But you know what, if you can't, look them up. I do believe they ship. Check them out. Great overall, I think. But thank you for going on this adventure with me. If you like this, check out this video over here, where I go over another whiskey from Colorado. And thank you for joining me, and I'll see you later. Cheers.